everybody, what's up? It's the Hardy Construction. You can find us on Tumblr, is not where you can find us. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, but mostly on YouTube. Also, find us on Teespring, where you can buy our junk. Stuff. With your host Komp and
Realistic Sex Doll.
And today's film is
Spree 2020.
Spree 2020 is an American horror film, which I don't know.
My sound wave kind of looks like a wiener.
Good. Spree 2020 is a film that is thirsty for a following. Kurt Kunkel is a rideshare driver who has figured out a deadly plan to go viral. Directed by Eugene Kotylarenko, written by Eugene Kotylarenko and Gene McHugh, starring Joe Keery of Stranger Things, Sashira Zamata, formerly of Saturday Night Live, and David Arquette from Scream.
Is that the comedian woman?
Yeah, alleged quote-unquote comedian. This is why I picked Spree, because a friend of mine, I thought it was interesting. I like Joe Keery as an actor. I liked him in Stranger Things. He played
He's one of my favorite characters in Stranger Things, actually.
It was funny because you and I remember when we did the first season of Stranger Things, you just hated his character.
Well, he becomes so lovable, you know?
Right, because he was an ass. He was the archetypical 80s asshole boyfriend in the show.
Yeah.
But they eventually put...
They replaced him with Billy.
Right. So, but I thought Steve sort of redeemed himself.
No, he totally redeemed himself. He's great, and him and Dustin.
Season. Right. He redeemed himself. He redeemed himself in the second half of the first season.
Yeah, the last few
episodes. I actually don't think he was an actual prick throughout the show. Like even when that girl, the guy was like, no, because the guy was taking photographs of his girlfriend. And he thought it was fucking creepy, so he smashed his camera. That was going over the. Well,
let's talk about Spree. Let's talk about
anyway. Joe Keery's a very good actor, and I saw the trailer, and my friend recommended it, and she was correct in saying that it was actually very good. And once again, we've found the rare
good
found footage film.
There, you know what though? You keep saying that, but it seems maybe we just have good curation. But every found footage we've watched is pretty good.
We've seen maybe 3 bad ones out of the many ones that we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely watched at least 20 something, and they're all pretty good, for the most part.
So what's the setup of this film then?
It is about a social media guy who wants to get popular, so he decides to kill people in his stream.
A surprisingly...
And he's a rideshare guy, like Uber type of thing. But
Uber, they call it Spree.
It's a made-up one called Spree.
Spree is a play on the word, because you can say, serial
killing
killer,
but spree, yeah.
Yeah, he's actually a spree killer, obviously a killing spree. It's actually a very good look into social media obsession.
And also like crazy white rage. It really nails it.
And the thing is, the interesting is that they didn't. Because you could lose people's interest in Kurt's character very early if he didn't kill that white supremacist at the beginning of the film. Do you know what I mean? Like if he was just randomly killing people, because I think they specifically have him kill this.
You're rooting for him at first when he kills that guy.
Right. Which is strange because then I also know I'm sure everybody's knew whose first victim is in the film because he goes into his house and kills one of his parents.
Yeah.
I automatically knew that's what happened, and then he walked back out.
I did not. Honestly, I didn't know anything about the movie going in, really, and so I didn't even expect him to kill that white supremacist at first, and then when he did, it was like, oh, cool, this is a cool movie.
Yeah, the good thing about and I was surprised how fast the second lady died, because I thought it would have been. I thought we were gonna go take some time with this film, but it was actually pretty speedy.
Pretty good body count in this movie.
Yeah, and
but then it kind of gets to a point halfway through, and it's like, okay, what are they gonna do now? And then it completely changes, and it becomes way darker out of nowhere. It's so good.
Yeah, and it's really very good editing with the film. The only thing that you can probably because this is a film that uses a lot of current
social media visuals,
isms. A lot of isms,
stories, and Instagrams, and all this kind of shit.
There's a lot of noting of sort of white, black, Asian, representation.
Well, it's exactly social media commentary. I see that shit all the time.
and it's also if you're sick of people telling you how to live your life. I mean, it has a lot of that in this film, but I think it's okay. Like, it's funny because it was weird how and I had to be very careful about it, like, because I thought Sasha Zamir's character was so fucking annoying in the movie.
She was a little annoying. I agree.
And but it's weird because then you say that and you're like, oh, so you like the white character over the black? It was like, no, it's not even about that. It's just that I don't know.
Well, that's what social media is, though.
Right? Yeah.
You can't express an opinion on social media without someone jumping to an insane conclusion. No matter what you say, you could be like, "I like puppies," and they're like, "So you hate cats?"
Yeah. So I think,
like, for real, that's what it is. It's insane.
And it was interesting with how the whole social media is handled, because it's legit as it is. Like, it's very legit. Like, I've seen
they nailed like every personality in the comments. I want to rewatch it just so I can read the comments, because you're trying to keep up with it, but it's like so much.
There are, and you know, the jealousy of wanting to be. We all know, like, even fucking Horror Deconstruction. We've been doing this for like almost like 7 years.
Yeah, we have like 10 fans.
We barely have any people that listen to our show.
My Instagram is like fucking. I signed up for a you know, like, I thought I was getting somebody who was going to promote my thing legitimately, and it was just like a bot farm, and then like,
of course,
within like a day, like I didn't turn it on, and then like I look and I have like 2,000 new followers. It's like, oh great, all my followers are like bot versions of like 15-year-old kids from like a different country.
You got to think that you're competing with millions of people
that
are trying to be social.
It is depressing.
Socially active with people. It is depressing.
As an artist, like, trying to promote your art, it's depressing.
It is. But you know, I mean, that's exactly what this film is, and it's like it captures the idea so well about it that you're like, oh yeah. There's like these YouTubers that I watch that are 10, 15 years younger than me, and they have like
a million views on them, like, fucking
not
talking.
15 million views, and they have like millions of followers. There's like a girl that I follow on YouTube because I have like some comfort channels that I watch on YouTube just so like I go relax and go to sleep.
Me too.
Shit. There's like this girl that I watch called SS Sniper Wolf. I don't know why the SS is there. She's like Armenian or something. I don't think she's racist, but she's like a gamer character. But all she does is react to other people's videos.
Okay.
And I watch that just to like go to bed. She's hot. But then I watch it like to, you know, relax. It's sort of like cheesy, it's cute, it's funny, and then I like go to
I watch ASMR videos.
If you see, I know, and if you see this girl's house, she lives in a gorgeous house, and she's barely 23 or something like that. And you're like, holy fuck, what have I been doing with my life? Why didn't I think of this? But would people even, you know, give? They don't. I do show. We've been doing a show.
Well, I have a friend who started a like a video game sort of review thing, and he's like fucking talented, and his videos are awesome. Like, I've watched them, and he does a really good job of like summing up and reviewing these like old school games, and he has like, you know, nowhere near the amount of attention he should get for it.
Right, and you have no idea what it is, because like and the thing is, a lot of people blame YouTube for this and that, and obviously it's a corporation.
Well, YouTube is like pretty bad from what I've heard from users. Like,
yeah, so and then, you know, they won't show, like, you had to sign this thing like Horror Deconstruction. We had to go back into
now they're popping all these ads into the video.
Yeah, logistics to like make sure that no kids are in the video, and if this video is for kids, like, no, it's not. So they'll bury your content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very strange, and that is dealt with this film. It's really interesting, and I wouldn't think that I'm interested in social media films, because social media films tend to be all the same fucking thing. Like,
and it's really easy to be cheesy with it, but they don't go there in this.
A lot of these YouTube influencers, they make films, you know, because they have a fan base that watches their films, and their films are the reason why nobody watches those films, because those films are based on YouTube related things. Like, oh, I've got to get the most subscribers. Like, if you put that in a fucking theater, who's gonna watch that? I mean, we don't go to theaters, don't exist anymore, but it's just like, who gives a shit? So I mean, it's very interesting that this character comes out like this, and I think it's a really important commentary about it, because like the newest age of people, and you and I are not necessarily in that age group, but we're
right on that cusp. We're millennials,
right? But we're still sort of savvy enough to, you know, deal with this stuff.
Like, I'm not into TikTok and shit. Like, I've never gone that way with it. But like, I know. I understand like basic social media shit.
Well,
I'm not like an old man.
TikTok soon in America because apparently China is spying for
blah
some,
blah blah
apparently
blah
what they're
blah.
saying. But I kept watching this TikTok compilation on YouTube, and there's this horrible rap song. It's called "Shake That Laffy Taffy Girl" remix.
Oh, my boss used to play that and then post pictures of the dogs we walked their nuts, like when they've gotten there was this one dog that got neutered and his nuts was like an empty sack, and he would play the Laffy Taffy song.
But it's like a bad song. But then I keep listening. I was like, this is like entertaining bad song. But then it's just like all these girls like.
Laffy Taffy.
No, not even that. It's this other guy called.
Oh, it's not that song.
No.
Oh, okay.
It goes like, shake that Laffy Taffy girl, I'm gonna make you blah blah blah, big big big, like those kind of Miami sort of techno songs,
right?
And shit, or house songs. And it's just like these hot girls just dancing in front. I hope they're the 18-year-olds and up are hot, not the younger ones. But anyway, it's like TikTok is like that. That's how it is. That's just about wanting to be seen.
It's like an interesting culture, but yeah, it doesn't do it for me. But I get people getting like obsessed with this shit.
Culture has come to a place now where anybody can be famous, which is interesting because there's like, you know, Cash Me Outside girl. There was a girl on Twitter, okay, or TikTok or whatever.
I just saw something yesterday with the math. Somebody got viral because she made a video and somebody retweeted it making fun of her. Basically, her video was very intelligent, actually. She's a teenager, and she was just like, how did algebra come to be? Like, who thought of this? Like, asking questions that you're supposed to ask when you're an intelligent person. And this guy, and somebody retweets it, this is the stupidest video I've ever seen. And, like, 1 million fucking people, like, watched her TikTok, and there were legitimate questions. I mean, she's saying, like a lot and asking in a kind of dumb-sounding way, but, like, it's a normal question for a teenager to ask. Like,
but because there's so many fucking cretins out there that want to fuck young, like, women, they just objectify them. You know, they give them the ratings and stuff like that.
Not you.
Interesting.
And not me.
Not me at all.
I would never.
Not me at all. But, and then the one thing that, before we get back into the film, there's this woman who, all she did, okay, was lip sync to speeches. She just got a Netflix special.
Oh, she's, she did. I know who you're talking about, actually.
Right. So all she did was lip sync, and then everybody, it was just like this film, everybody was, like, pissed off because she's not, she hosted Jimmy Kimmel's show.
Oh wow!
And I was watching her opening act, and it's about the same as Sashir Zamira's comedy act in this film. So that was my only.
Well, there was like a reality show about somebody who had 1 million MySpace fans. I forget her name, like Tina something. It was like an Asian woman, and she had this one of these shows like Rock of Love type of thing, but it was like about her.
But it was about MySpace and stuff like that?
It was just about her trying to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, because that was like the
I do remember that. Tia Tequila.
Yeah. And her whole thing, she became famous because she has 1 million MySpace fans.
Let's just say, I believe she's Asian. I don't know which specific type, but she spouts Nazi ideology, I guess, in some stuff.
Oh boy.
The uniform.
Anyway, let's talk about Spree.
But anyway, so back to but that shows you where social media has gone. Like, everyone can be famous, and this kid's fucked up quest to do it because there's a secondary character who's a bit of a dick. He's based on a lot of the kid that
Bobby, yeah. Oh, he's such a schmuck. But yeah, no, I've seen guys just like him on YouTube.
Right. He's a kid that he babysat when he was 2 years old, and he grew up to be an influencer. And obviously, I guess that's a Bieber-esque sort of thing, where you don't know what reality is when all you had is people kissing your ass.
Right.
And he's obviously a kid living in a fucking mansion, doing whatever he wants. You and I would fucking kill to be a person in a mansion right now.
I mean, I don't want to be in a mansion, but I wouldn't mind some money. That'd be cool.
I'll take your mansion too, then.
Okay.
But, like, so it's Kurt's World 96, I think it was, which I think is supposed to be his age,
yeah,
or something like that. And so that kid gets killed. Like, even I think it's there's a good body count in this film. I was surprised to see Misha Barton in here. Misha Barton was an actress that was supposed to be one of the next big things. She was in the show called The OC that everybody really liked.
Which
very pretty
one
girl.
Was she?
She was the girl sitting passenger side with the two people in the back.
She was the one that had the sign, right? And was talking on the phone like rude.
No. She was the very cute blonde girl that was sort of hitting on the driver. Remember when the two friends in the back?
Oh yeah, the ones that got attacked by the dogs. That was a great kill, by the way.
It is, and it's funny that I think that's Ariana Grande's brother.
Oh okay.
So yeah, he's there, and I'm sure the girl was somebody.
Yep, Frankie
who was
Grande.
Like, I'm sure the girl was like a reality TV show person.
Yeah, that was like that was one of my favorite kills of the movie. That was great.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, it didn't go where I thought. I thought they were gonna be like decapitated or something like that, but they went with dogs.
Well, they faked us out at one point.
I'm surprised the dogs didn't come out at the end of the film too. You know what I mean? But anyway, which could have made it more.
It could have ended in a musical "Who Let the Dogs Out."
They have that the Korean. I'm glad I just completely missed that. The Korean DJ Uno in a very funny scene because she poisons herself and ends up shooting a cop in the head. Like
yeah,
that
I wasn't
scene,
expecting that.
For some reason, that scene reminded me of Crank. I don't know if you remember those movies.
Yeah, I never saw that. My friend insists that I watch
it.
They're
fun.
Though.
Yeah. You would like them. They're fun. They're just like.
Is DJ Uno a real DJ?
No, I looked it up. She's just this is her only role, Sunny Kim.
Okay.
So
she's a good asshole.
Let's get into Sashir Zamata. What did I say? I said her name wrong. So Sashir Zamata. I'm sure I'm gonna get in trouble for that. She plays Jesse Adams, who is.
I don't know any new SNL at all, so I don't know her.
This woman was put in a very difficult space in life because
she really nails the character she is. I gotta give her credit.
She, her character, this actress, Sashir Zamata, she was on SNL for 4 or 5 years. This must have been very difficult for her because there was a big push. Like, you know how there's all this social justice, like, people going and saying, why don't you have this? Why don't you have this? So then why didn't SNL have a black comedic actress in it? Which is true. They didn't have any. I haven't seen an Asian person on fucking Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
But they were like, or even a Latino.
Well, they had, they've definitely had black men, but I guess not women. I don't know. I haven't watched SNL since Mike Myers.
SNL is horrible. Yeah, right. That was fun.
I don't know. Like. No,
literally, you're right. I try watching it. It's very hipster as human. And you know the issues that I had with fucking Uncle Peckerhead is sort of like with SNL. It's just like it's not my type of humor, so I can't really.
So what they like? So go on.
So anyway, so she gets hired as the first cast member, female African American cast member, and it must have been horrible to be like, okay, now dance for us, laugh, make us laugh.
Right.
So I'm sure it was very difficult, and
well, I'm sure she's legitimately funny. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I'm sure.
I mean, going off from the comedy, I'm sure they used some of her real comedy because one of the guys in the movie. His name is Kyle Mooney. He's sort of the asshole,
Oh, shit! That fucking asshole boss of hers.
That guy's, sort of a quasi manager. He's an SNL writer, and he directs a lot of the digital shorts on SNL. I was like recognized because he's the only guy that I sort of recognized from SNL.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he wrote material for her, or she wrote for herself.
Well, the way I saw her humor is it's not my most stand-up comedy is not my humor. No. I got to be perfectly real, but. I saw it as like, this isn't my humor at all, I don't find this funny, but I could see other people finding this funny.
Right, I didn't find it funny at all. I thought it was terrible.
But there are a lot of people that like that kind of stuff, and I thought she nailed like a believable comedian that I would probably not find funny. Like, that's all.
Yeah, that's the same with me. I just did not find her funny at all. Like, I didn't really find anything funny in the movie. I found it very enjoyable, and I found... a lot of things that Kurt does is funny because he's like pathetic.
He's just so like.
Do you have any comedians that you like are like, okay, these are my comedians?
I mean, like George Carlin and stuff like that, but that's not even like about being funny. It's like I think he's like a philosopher, like shit like that.
Like the comedians that I think are fucking
Robin Williams and stuff like that. Bill Murray. I don't know.
Is he a stand-up comedian, Bill Murray?
Not really.
I'm talking about like stand-up comedian.
I mean, like Robin Williams' stand-up was great and stuff like that. Like, I guess I'm dating myself here.
The three comedians that I thought are fucking great are like Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle is fucking funny. Okay, you're right.
There's a guy named Dave Attell also.
I know that guy, but
he used to do that show. I used to do the show about like going around getting drunk in bars. And Mitch Hedberg. Like, to me, Mitch Hedberg passed away, but those three are the fucking funny because they have a specific type of weird, not necessarily Chappelle.
Oh, and what's his face? The Affleck bird. I can't think of his name at the moment, but
Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried's pretty fun. I actually have seen him live like 3 times.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I have a specific sense of humor that not saying I'm better than anybody or people are worse off. But, like, I just couldn't get into the humor in this one. I don't know. I guess they're trying to make people laugh, because it's a very specific sort of hip
I don't know. It felt like normal people humor, and I don't know. But that's okay. Like, it works for what it is. It works. Yeah,
so we weren't trying to shit on Sashir's comedic.
She's a really talented actress.
Towards the end, yes. I didn't really buy her at the beginning of the film, but I thought she was good. Because the funny thing is, like, comedians make good dramatic actors.
Yeah.
So when it got really dramatic at the end, like, I bought her, you know.
I thought she was pretty consistently good. But yeah, no, the whole movie gets better towards the end. It takes, like, such a fucking dark turn at one point, and, like, you could see...
I was not bored at all with this film. I thought it was fucking great.
There was, like, a point where I was getting a little bored, and then it surprised me and did something different, and that was great.
Honestly, the only part I got bored was the comedy set. That's the only issue I had with the film. That's it. But, Joe Keery's good, man. He's really... I bought him...
he's fucking awesome,
different.
Man.
He's completely different than the Steve
I'm surprised Stranger Things allowed him to do this in the contract.
Oh, yeah. It's you know... Whatever. Even David Arquette is pretty good in it, playing like a scumbag dad that doesn't really give a shit about anything.
Yeah, I did not recognize him at first. Like, I was...
Yeah.
But then I realized who he is. It's like, oh shit, like, he's doing a good job.
Before he's a professional wrestler now. He still
you told me that. I can't believe that's so, like, random and awesome.
That guy... And the dialogue felt real. Like, I mean, it had a lot of buzzwords in this film, but that's how people talk nowadays. That's, you know, that guy with the long hair who's being a total dick to him and trying to hit on the Sashir's character.
Oh god, that guy's so gross.
That guy was so believable as a scumfuck. I was like, oh my god.
Well, they kind of like, I mean, I feel like the characters in it were like representations of social media commenters.
Oh, absolutely.
Because like, I mean, even like when it's showing like the reactions to the things he's doing, like you got half of the people like, get out of there, blah blah blah, and other people like egging it on because people are fucking sick.
But I mean, it gets like Daniel said, it gets super dark at the end. The part when he's driving her, and then he says, and she goes, "This isn't the way."
Oh, we're going to my house. Yeah, that was great.
We're going to my house, and the way he just looks at her, because you could have like put the camera behind and show his face, but the way that it's done, it was like, "Fuck, that was good." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although it did introduce to him trying to make a sex tape with her, and I was like, "Oh, please don't go down that route." But
they had to kill, fuck, and I was like, "Oh, is he gonna like rape her?" Like, when,
yeah. So, but he sold it. His performance in this.
And at the end, when he's like shooting his dad and shit, like, I don't know, that scene was like it felt like you were watching somebody really like have a complete breakdown and kill their dad. Like, it really was good.
Yeah, they killed him. He smashed him into. I did not believe though that anybody would recover from holding up a dead person's face and taking a selfie. But you never know. You know what I mean? I guess
in the moment, maybe you'd feel so sick and do it.
Yeah. But I thought this is one of the better films out of 2020. Really.
I think it's really I mean, I'm trying to think of the 2020 films we've reviewed so far.
5 movies? 4 movies? I don't even know how many 2020 movies we've seen, but
this is definitely maybe the best, if not like in the top 3 at least.
Because it's a tight film for a POV sort of found footage film. It's done well. The editing is fucking great. Everything, even towards the end when they go into those boards at the end and they start saying, "Oh, this guy's the best," and those are like real boards that exist.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, I was reading and I was like, that's exactly what those people would say. That's exactly what would happen now. That's exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yo, they nailed it. I want to. There's so much to read. Like, I kind of want to go back and just like read the comments.
Great. It's a dark film, but it's super engaging. It's super entertaining. It's super fucking scary, especially the part when he shows how to poison water bottles.
Yeah, with the fucking that's creepy. I was like thinking, like, oh god, you're giving people ideas.
I know, because all I drink is water bottles, and I was like, fuck me. I was just like watching, going, no.
Now you're gonna be,
but
forever
it was funny
paranoid.
because I had bought ice cream, and I was like, I ate some of it. Then I thought immediately of that stupid girl who filmed herself licking random ice cream and putting it back in the freezers at the supermarket.
What's wrong with people?
Especially now with what's going on, I was like, oh. Like
okay, well, a little off topic here, but we've out of the movies. I'm looking at a list. We did The Lodge, Gretel and Hansel. I'm talking like 2020 movies.
Yeah.
We did. We're about to do Color Out of Space. We did One BR.
Is that a 2020 film?
What?
As 2020, I felt 2020 is the
Blood
shortest
Quantum.
year.
Yeah, because we've only been in fucking lockdown the whole year.
That's true.
Okay, this isn't obviously a complete list, but out of this list that I just read, I haven't seen Color Out of Space yet, so maybe it'll be better. But so far, Spree is my favorite.
Yeah, I've seen most of Color Out of Space, and I think this is better than that so far. But we'll see. I haven't gone to the crazy parts yet. But with that, what rating would you give Spree 2020?
It's not perfect, so I'll give it like a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. You're about to get arrested by the cops, and then the DJ who you thought you killed wakes up and shoots them in the head like Deus Ex Machina, and then runs away.
That was very good.
Thank you.
I would give it a 9 out of 10. Stupidly getting out of your car after trying to kill somebody, and rightfully being made fun of before it by the audience watching you.
Yeah, that was a great aspect too, when people were giving them tips and shit with the tips.
Don't do it. And with that, Danny, what's the final word?
I like boobies.